G'day gang, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another round of Alliance Wars. This time I have shifted alliances once again, sort of a new month, new me sort of thing. So I am with HYDRA, which is a Russian alliance at the moment, just hanging out with some people I know there. And we have been matched with French Resistance today. So they're running blue tanks, which is sort of that ghost meta at the moment, with Sapphire probably as the second best. So I do have in most of my teams a fairly heavy green stack, just to take advantage of that strong color damage. So first up, I've got Venus with Fiddle and Equani as my three green heroes. I really love this combination. Fiddle and Equani is just so good. Venus is a good healer, and then I've got Amethyst and Dragon Fist as my two off-color heroes. So Dragon Fist doing more charge control, and Amethyst is just, well, Amethyst just kicks ass, really. So we'll play this one through. We've got charge control now on the left, and then, yeah, you can see there the bleed burst, doing a lot of damage to that enemy Pika variant. Not entirely sure what my next move was going to be here. I'm sort of looking at the board. I was looking at that blue-green match on the left side, in the bottom left corner, thinking maybe it's enough to kill variant Pika, but I also didn't really want to risk it. So I sort of just made some matches to get Dragon Fist charged. Unfortunately, do lose two heroes in a row there, between Flak and then also Renegade. Renegade is now under stealth bonus, but I kind of forget that when I do some targeting. I think a little bit later on, I believe I sort of just make a match and go afterwards like, ooh, that was the wrong move to make. Right. Oh no, she's lost it. Never mind. It must be another fight. Anyway. So we're down to my two off-color heroes. So my tile damage isn't going to be fantastic from this point onwards. But not to matter, Amethyst gets the job done with a couple rogue tiles at the end. So first fight done and dusted with the win. Next up, I've got Casper the Little Ghost. Sapphire tank this time around with Ayumi and Thunk as the two flanks. Then we've got Flo and Foley as the wings. So once again, I've gone with the Fiddle and Equani setup. So really great combo. Really good at getting the bleed burst off, because Fiddle doesn't need a speed gun. So I do have the bleed master weapon equipped to her. Have got a lot of purple tiles off. So we've managed to charge and fire Thunk twice, getting that very lovely shock damage in. Hopefully be able to really trigger it with Ayumi here. So not targeting Ayumi with my skills. So we'll let her fire, put off her two buffs or her buff, and then really do a lot of damage to herself and Flo there. We've sort of just got to make a couple more matches here. Do have my heroes charged, but Flo is also charged, so we're going to lose both our healer and Fiddle right now. So it is down to just Equani and Thunk. So Equani pretty much takes out anyway, the enemy Flo, and a couple tiles gets the win with the enemy Thunk. So there we got it, 2 from 2. Not the cleanest fights, I'll be honest. Next up we've got Ode or Odie, I'm not sure on pronunciation, but Sapphire tank with Unicorn and Mare Venaya flanks, Dragon Fist and Vision as the two wings. So 3-1-1 setup once more. So we've gone with Ayumi and Emerald this time as my two main green heroes. Wyatt for healing and some bonus charge. And then I've also gone a second healer this time around because last time, or the last two fights really, we've been running it a little close on health. So gone with Doc Colton as a second healer rather than bringing a second charge control hero along. Unfortunately did have a spy talent proc from the enemy Mare Venaya, which is a little annoying because it did losing out a little bit of charge, but not to matter. I did get the heal off with Doc Colton. Unfortunately, we do have the Insanity perk or the Insanity ailment coming in from the enemy Mare Vinaya just before I could get a Yuumi charged and fired. So if I'd managed to get a Yuumi up and running, we might have been able to do a little bit of damage back to her, but not to be. So unfortunately, we do lose Wyatt there, and 2 dodges from my other green heroes, which has meant that I did not get any of my counter-attack damage onto the enemy Dragon Fist, which has sort of muted that damage output a fair bit, but it's okay. We'll get the damage done with Amethyst, and then also with the charge control from Emerald, and a little bit of bonus from a Yuumi. So this one's pretty much done at this point. Yeah, I think I got distracted for a second here, but we're going to just make a random yellow match. The better move would have been the blue match into the red match into the yellow match to get a triple X, but doesn't really matter too much. We've got enough of a buffer in health that we don't have to play super efficiently, so we'll just fire off our 3 skills and kill that vision dead. There we go, 3 out of 3. Next fight, we have got Magazagam, I guess. I don't know. 3-1-1 again from me, so this time we are facing another ghost tank with a sidestep in 1 wing, which is probably the most concerning other hero in here. We've also got, obviously, Emerald there, but Emerald's a little closer in, so she's a bit easier to get the damage on, particularly once we've gotten rid of the tank position. So just trying to... I was really ultimately trying to avoid having to use my green grenade there. I wanted to not use up all of those green tiles if I could. So we'll target the right-hand side with Whack and the left-hand side with Mare Vinaya. Most of the reason for that is just the charge was higher on the left-hand side, so that's why we targeted there. And then, yeah, we put Whack on the right-hand side just to increase that damage. Unfortunately, there is an evade there from sidestep, which means that she did get a little bit of extra charge to get her skill off. And that bypass sort of really sucking because it went through the ailment shield that I should have had on Mare Vinaya there from Fungi Beats. So I really don't like that classification of the ailment shield being a quote-unquote defensive buff because, yeah, I feel like ailment immunity really should be immunity. But anyway, we got there in the end. It wasn't too much of a struggle. That did trigger actually the board flip as well, so it's a free set of heroes to attack. So we'll jump into our next fight against Cooleuvre. So once again, we have gone with a 3-1-1 setup. 3 greens, 1 yellow, 1 red. We've gone up against this time a Gladius tank, Jack flank, and Redhead as the other flank. So yeah, hopefully if we can get a couple green tiles, we can take this Gladius out, but it's not looking promising. Got some green tiles that are there on the board, but not in the most ideal positions, or at least they didn't cascade nicely for me. Do almost have pulse charge, so I'll quickly just get her going so we can heal up Throttle. Trying to get these last green tiles into a matching spot. Unfortunately cascaded and set Jack off, which is not ideal because he does do a fair whack of damage, but also unfortunately triggered Redhead at the same time, which has the unfortunate effect of putting Mare Vinaya, my only charge control hero, very close to death, and in fact in range of death from Flow. And then we also, for good measure, lost Throttle variant. So yeah, not the most perfect setup going around, and we've triggered Jack once again just before we managed to get pulse charge. So yeah, unfortunately this one went from being okay to being very, very precarious in a hurry. So there's not a lot that I'm going to be able to do from here. So it's sort of just weighing up what's going to give me the biggest impact. And unfortunately, I didn't quite get enough damage on Redhead to kill him. So we will go back in, clean our mess. So yeah, we'll just quickly build a team. So we've got Redhead that's still slightly alive, but I'm not too worried about him. Flo is probably the most alive hero, and then we'll also put some reds on just to clear out Jack as well. So the aim is to color stack against the left side to open up that as a ghosting lane, and we maintain neutrality. We've got no weak colors once we kill Jack, which should happen pretty quick. In fact, it'll happen in the first turn here. So we'll get rid of Jack. Now we've got neutral against everyone at the worst, so we'll just make some matches to try to get our blues and our red tiles, and heroes obviously, charged. So nice little red cascade there. Plenty of tiles flowing in, so we'll just fire off on our charge control to the right, and then all of our skill damage will focus on the left. So that's why Flo's copping it from all sides there. Do get the kill shot with those tiles, so yeah. Unfortunately, if I'd had this sort of board in the first fight, we probably wouldn't have lost it. Although, in fairness as well, it wasn't a bad board. I think I just probably played it poorly. So anyway, that's our 6 attacks. So 5 kills in total. Of them, we got 4 one-shots and 1 double tap. So yeah, now at the end of the war, we did get the victory, 6,600 to their 56, and you can see there my 6 attacks. So we started off with the 4 one-shots and then finished with a double tap on Cooleuvre. And yeah, that comes out at 272 as my total points, landing me 9th out of our alliance, or 9th on the entire battlefield, so I'll take that. But yeah, as I said, we did get the win with 6-6 versus their 56.6k. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Good luck with your wars. Hopefully they went well, and I'll catch you guys all around in the next video. Until then, good luck, stay safe, and happy gaming. Cheers, bye.